Hi, it's Anne here, and today's video is my 10th update for my Project Pan for 2023. So I'm doing this in the Team Project Pan style. I'm doing it similar to how Haley did it a couple of years ago, where I'm doing a quarterly Project Pan, focusing on a set of products for a quarter, and then mostly rotating out those products for the next quarter. And we are now in the last quarter. Last month was a big update, a big rotational month, so we have a lot of products. So let's just get started. The first item is my Wet n Wild Photofocus Coconut. What do they call it? Wet n Wild Photofocus Coconut 3-in-1 Primer, Water, Prep, Set, and Refresh. I also apologize. I've got a new camera. I can't figure out the settings. Every video I film is gonna look a little weird right now while I'm trying to figure out my settings and trying to figure out how to film it. I feel like I look weird, at least looking in the viewfinder and looking at my little remote image on my computer, but I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. I think there's a filter. I think there's a beauty filter on here because I feel like I'm looking a little smoothed. But I don't know. I've got to find the setting to turn it off. Anyway, this guy is like super close to being done. I did say that when I put it in. I thought it might have been done by this video. It kind of almost is. I feel like I'm gonna get to a point, I am kind of already at that point where it's just sort of sputtering, so I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish what's in here. I think I might try and throw this in I had the ABH Dewy Set spray, and I really like that spray, so I think I might try and throw the remainder of that in that bottle and see if I can finish it out that way. It is like really far down, so there's a line here on the side. I did try and draw a line. This is like part of the packaging. It was slightly above that line last video, and it's slightly below that line. So like we're right down in the bottom here, right in this bottom section. So it's like, it's not quite done, but it's like almost done, but it might be a product that I can't actually 100% finish out. I hope that makes sense. So last month this was 46.61 grams. It's now 39.63 grams. That's a difference of 6.98 grams. Next up is my primer, which the packaging is it's looking a little, I need to clean it. It is the Heimish Artless Glow Base. Basically, I'm using this like an SPF because it has SPF 50 plus PA plus plus plus. We are really far down now. It looks like I could finish this by next month, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. And I won't be sad if I don't finish it next month. It is what it is. But I know I'm comfortable. We're gonna finish this out by the end of the year. I don't think it's gonna be an issue trying to finish this out. So last month this was 30.63 grams. It's now 24.89 grams. That's a difference of 5.74 grams. Another item that I feel pretty confident I think I can finish is my foundation. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow in the shade 203, which is Nude Beige. It's funny, I've noticed recently that I've really sort of shifted away from foundation. Like I go really sheer with it normally. I've put a bit more on for filming, but I feel like my day-to-day, I really am like moving away from foundation, or at least like a full layer of foundation, if that makes sense. Like I've really been shearing it out, and I've even noticed that with the weights. Normally I was using like 4 to 5 grams of foundation per month, and that's just not the case that's happened with this guy. So last month it was 25.37 grams. It's now 21.5 grams. That's a difference of 3.87 grams. It is a little, I mean, you can see with my neck, it's not quite matching, and so I do need to like start mixing it with some other foundations to get a better match. But like I said, I've been putting on a little bit more sheer, so it's less noticeable I think on a regular day-to-day basis. Next up is my concealer. So this is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in Light Ivory. This is, again, we're getting pretty, I'll just put the side-by-side photo up. I don't know how much it's gonna show in the side-by-side photo because it's kind of stuck to the sides and stuff, but this is like right at the very bottom. Like I really just have the very bottom. I thought about pulling out the stopper on this, but it's already getting kind of gunky and the stopper's still in it. So I'm like, maybe we won't do that. Maybe we'll just like use up as much as we can. The thing I do like about this packaging is the wand, like it's touching almost the bottom, like it's right down there. I might have to use a little spatula to get the remainder out, but I'm finding like I'm not having an issue getting all the way down. You know how sometimes the wand's like higher up, so you end up with like a bunch of product at the bottom that you can't reach. So I don't feel that way with this guy. So last month this was 27.29 grams. It's now 26.19 grams. That's a difference of 1.1 grams. The face powder that I'm working on is this Sephora Minerals Compact Foundation in R15. This product doesn't exist anymore. This has been kind of annoying to use. I'll show you what it looks like right now. Hopefully you can see that on camera. Like it looks, I mean, I did a crappy job of repressing this. And I'll throw the side by side up. I've been having to like scrape this with a little spoolie because I guess I just pressed it too hard. I don't really know. It just, the way the product is, I was getting hard pan like the first couple of days I started using this, like when I brought it back into the project, and I was like, oh. So I don't think I'm gonna finish this by the end of the year, just based on like how hard it's pressed and like the little amount that I need to use for this. So it is what it is. Well, you know, I would have been really happy to finish this powder out by the end of the year, but I just don't think it's gonna happen. Last month, this powder was 44.49 grams. It's now 43.88 grams. That's a difference of 0.61 grams. I've also kept this powder in the project. It's the bareMinerals Translucent Powder Duo. This guy's gotten a little bit neglected, I feel like. This past month, I have sort of slowed down on using it. I feel like I've been trying to use the finishing powder in my Pan That Palette face palette over this guy. It's just been easier to reach for whatever reason. Well, usually this sits like in the very back. I put it underneath everything. So it's kind of a pain to pull out like midday if I want to use it to like touch up. But like I said, with this product, I'm just gonna try and use it, and then it's gonna say goodbye because it's pretty old and it's just not really a step that's necessary in my project routine or my makeup routine. So last month this was 97.55 grams. It's now 97.42 grams. That's a difference of 0.13 grams. Next up is bronzer 1 of 2. So the first one is the NYC Bronzer in Faux Sun. This is my like, I feel like I've had this for like 30 years. No, definitely have not had it for 30 years, but probably 20. Close to it. I've had this for a really long time. I'll show it to you right now so you can see what it looks like. Can you see there's a bit of the inner ring showing? I'll throw the side by side up. I feel much better that inner ring is starting to show because I was feeling very unconfident in my last video that I could finish this by the end of the year. Now that I see that inner ring, I'm like, okay, I think we're gonna be okay. I think we can do this. I have been focusing on this one, and what I do is I mix it with other bronzers to like neutralize the redness in this, because I said that like I really only ever use this in the summertime because I feel like it looks good with my skin when I have a tan and the types of makeup I do in the summer. The rest of the year it never really jived. So that's why this has lasted so long for me, because it's sort of like a seasonal type product. But yeah, I think we can do it. I think this is we're definitely not gonna be done by next month, but we'll definitely, I really think we can. It's gonna, like I said, it'll still be a photo finish probably. It'll be like right on the wire, like December 29th. We're gonna be in there, but I think we can get it done. So last month this was 30.03 grams. It's now 29.4 grams. That is a difference of 0.63 grams. The other bronzer that I have in this project is the Tower 28 Bronzino bronzer in West Coast. This guy, I have used it, but I have like prioritized the other bronzer over this just because I do want to finish that other one. Like that's a key goal for me is to finish that other bronzer. So this bronzer is sort of in the project to see what kind of use I can get out of it, because it is a cream product, so I definitely want to continue like chipping away at it to finish this guy up. So last month this was 36.87 grams. It's now 36.65 grams. That's a difference of 0.22 grams. I also have two blushes in this project. So the first one is the Rare Beauty Stay Vulnerable Melting Blush in Nearly Neutral. This guy, you can finally actually see there is a bubble pan. There's a pan in the middle. And it's definitely bigger from last time. Again, I'll put this side by side up, but I'm pretty sure you can tell that is bigger than it was last time. This one I haven't used as much as I feel like other blushes, like, excuse me, I've been focusing on like, not focusing, but I've been wanting to use the blushes that have been in my weekly rotation. I've tried to use the blush in my face palette because that's one that I know is a trickier blush for me to use. So I've been trying to like purposely focus on using it. And then I also have a secondary blush. So this one's probably the one that I've not used the most, but it does have probably the biggest weight change, I guess just because the nature of the type of product it is. So last month it was 40.42 grams. It's now 40.19 grams. That's a difference of 0.23 grams. And the second blush is the Tarte Paaarty blush, and I haven't done the photos yet, so I don't know if this is going to show if the pan is much bigger than what it is right now. I hope it does. It'd be really nice to see if the pan has expanded. It is the blush that I am wearing right now, and yeah, it's a great everyday blush. I know this is not going to get finished, but if I can see that pan getting bigger, that's definitely motivation for me to like keep using this guy. Because Tarte blushes, man. Oh, Tarte blushes. I still have, like, I have my face palette of, like, what is it, 8 blushes and 2 highlights. And I love it. I'm definitely not planning on getting rid of it, but it's, like, not a product you want to try and pan unless you're, like, crazy, like me. So last month, this was 18.26 grams. It's now 18.1 grams. That's a difference of 0.16 grams. The main highlight that I have been working on in this project is the Kevyn Aucoin, the Celestial Powder in Candlelight. I haven't really been focusing on this one. I've really been, again, using the highlights in my face palette. I really enjoy those highlights. They've got a glow to them, but like the wet skin glow, and I really like that. So I get the gleam, but it's not sparkly, but it's not too subtle. Like, I'm still getting the highlight, and I like that I have like the pink one and the more like champagne-y one, because then I can like alternate between the two or mix them both together or mix them with the brightener. Like, I don't know, I feel like it's fun to play with those three. So I have been neglecting this guy a little bit, but I have still been using it. This pan though must be really deep, because I feel like I got to be close to the pan on this, but I'm still not there. Yeah, so I feel like this is a very deep pan. Definitely got my money's worth on this product. I think I got this in a lucky bag, I want to say. So last month, this product was 31.48 grams. It's now 31.39 grams. That's a difference of 0.09 grams. The other highlight that I'm working on is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter in Too Fair. This is like a quasi-highlight, quasi-foundation, quasi-mixed with foundation. It's sort of an all-arounder. I don't know if I was just having a bad skin day or a few bad skin days, but I'm not loving this product. I've used it a couple times just on its own. I used it combining it with my foundation. I feel like it's not mixing, at least maybe it's not mixing well with this. Like, it's not mixing well with things, and I feel like it's lifting things and like making my base look patchy. And even on its own, I don't know, like it just was not really working for me. Like, I don't know what's going on. So I don't know. I haven't really used a whole lot. I did put a little marker on the side so you can see we've shifted down a tiny little bit, but not a whole lot. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I feel about you. Like, I'm contemplating decluttering it. I might declutter it because I'm not really enjoying it. I'm gonna keep playing with it a few times more, but I just feel like it's maybe just not jiving with the makeup I'm using and my skin right now. I don't know. Didn't look good. So last month, that was 32.78 grams. It's now 32.41 grams. That's a difference of 0.37 grams. And we're rounding out the video with all the sort of like pencil-y, long, sticky type products. So I do have 2 eyeliners in this project, 2 black eyeliners. The first one is the one that I've just carried through. It's the Wet n Wild Breakup Proof Waterproof Retractable Gel Eyeliner. Again, I haven't done the photo, so I don't know if this is going to show much difference. Weight-wise, there's not a huge difference. Last month, this was 5.53 grams. It's now 5.52 grams, just a difference of 0.01 grams. But I feel like I've been using this guy a lot. Like, I did not think I would be using this guy because I was kind of over it. But how I've been doing my makeup a lot, although I didn't do it today. Today I'm wearing both of these eyeliners, but what I've been doing is I'll use this to tightline and maybe get really close into the lash line with a bit of the black, and then I've been taking a color liner and doing that sort of as like a bigger quasi wing or just like a thicker like angled liner, and I really enjoy that. I really enjoy how that's working out because this is black but not too black, so it gives me a bit of more depth, which I want on my lash line, like the deepness, but then it's not so black that I can't, like, I can go over it with another color and I still get that color showing, I guess, if that's making any sense. So yeah, I've been oddly I don't want to say enjoying it, but it's working for me, if that makes sense. And then the other one is the Essence Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil in 01 Black Love. This guy is definitely, it should show difference, at least in size, because I have sharpened it. Again, I really, really enjoy this eyeliner. It's a really nice eyeliner. Last month it was 4.28 grams. It's now 4.22 grams. That's the difference of 0.06 grams. Next up is the Merit Clean Lash Lengthening Mascara in Perfect Black. Merit, I've got another Merit product, but I'm just going to say, like, I remember being ho-hum about this. Not ho-hum about the mascara. The mascara, I was like, it has a time and a place when I did the first review on this. But the more that this is drying out, I mean, it's drying out enough, though, that I'm getting, like I got a big clump out of it the one day when I opened it, like a big plasticky mascara clump, and I was like, ooh, that's kind of gross. But I feel like the more that this is drying out, the more I like it. And again, it's working for me for like an everyday makeup look, going to the office where I don't want my mascara to be too like ba-bam. I just want to look a little bit more put together, I guess, a little bit more calm with my makeup. And this is working for me. It's really, really, yeah. I'm warming up to it. So last month this was 24.23 grams. It's now 23.97 grams. That's a difference of 0.26 grams. And then my last two brow products. So again, going in with the Merit product. And like again, this, so it's funny. I pulled from my Shop My Stash this week my NYX Thick It Stick It brow gel. And it's my favorite brow gel. I love it. At current moment, I'm liking this a little bit more, but I don't know if it's because the shade. So when I tried the NYX one, I said in the video, I'm like, I think taupe is too light. Like, taupe is too light. Especially, we're freshly dyed with purple hair. Yay! Love the purple hair. Freshly dyed. And so I feel like the brows need to be a little bit darker. I'm actually not wearing this at all today. I just have the brow pencil in today. But yeah, I just feel like the deeper shade of this is working. And because, like I said, it's like the mascara, it's drying out, so I'm getting more stick to it, to the Merit one. And so I feel like it's giving me the same or very similar texture to the NYX one. So I don't want to say I'm liking this more than the NYX one, but it's working for me better, particularly because of the shade being a bit of a deeper shade than what I have for the NYX one. But yeah, this one has been like a sleeper hit for me, because I kind of poo-pooed this in my first review. And it's funny how that is. It's funny, like, if you try something right away and you don't really like it, I don't want to say try again, but certain things like mascara and like what I have learned with, like, even with brow pomades, because I had the similar issue with the brow pomade with the ABH one. I felt like it was a little too wet when I first got it, like in the pot, but once it dries out a little bit, it's like perfect texture, whereas the Benefit one that I had in the pot, it was a perfect texture when I started, but it dried out way too fast and I could never finish it. So anyway, long story short, really liking this guy. Definitely seeing some progress on it. Last month it was 18.2 grams. It's now 18.03 grams. That's a difference of 0.17 grams. And then my eyebrow pencil that I've thrown into this project, I don't know if we're gonna see any difference. I have been using it. I used it today. But it's one of those things that we just don't see progress on. I feel like I need to end on a better product. It's kind of sucky to have this at the very end of the project. It's the Cosmetics Brow Power Universal Brow Pencil. I'll throw up the photo. I don't know if it's going to show a difference. I haven't done the photos yet. But weight-wise, there is no difference. Last month, this was 8.7 grams. It's still 8.7 grams. And that's probably going to be the trend for this product for the rest of this project. So that's it. That is my 10th update for my project pan for 2023. It's definitely getting to be a lengthy video because we've got so much into it. I didn't expect to finish anything this month. I did expect to finish the facial spray, but because it was kind of sputtering, I'm like, I don't know what to do with it. But that definitely should be finished by next month. I think that's really the only product that's going to be finished by next month. Everything else is just going to carry on through to the end of the year. So if you like this video, feel free to give it a little thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you're doing well, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.